Yes, yes, yeah. Uh, uh, uh. Hello, everybody. If you're tuning in, welcome, 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 welcome. What is going on? How are you? How do you do? How are you on this evening? Whenever you're watching it. My mic sounds a bit low. Turn the music down a little bit. Turn that up so I can hear myself. Let's see how that feels. Think that's good. Oh, that reminds me, I need to do something. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Did you miss me? So I need to share that I'm going live because I haven't done that for a while. So let's do that now. I need to add more people to this list. And I need to send it to a couple of people. If you're just tuning in, this live is so impromptu today. And I'll tell you why in a moment. But in the meantime, how are you? How are you doing? How has your day been? If I saw you last week, how has your week been or the last 7 days? What you been up to? I need to add some more people to my broadcast list. So some time ago, I sent a message to the broadcast list and I said, if you don't like me sending you these messages, please let me know. And the amount of people that responded, and their response was, Alex, just get on with it. Something along those lines. Or please keep emailing me. There's one person who I didn't know very well, and I don't know how he made it on the list anyway, but he was like, yeah, don't include me in this, bro. I was like, all good, man. All good. All good. I'm a people pleaser, you see. And I like to make sure that everyone's happy. So as usual, in usual Let's Talk fashion, when the tunes start, which started a while ago, and the T starts, then the live starts. And when the tea ends, that's when the live ends. Because tunes aren't going to end, right? So I'm about to have my first sip. It smells good. It's rosemary and lemon tonight with no honey. And I could do with a little bit of sweetness in my tea this evening. I mean, I'm sweet enough, so I don't need it, right? But it's always nice to have a little bit of sweetness in the tea, in my case anyway. So let's have the first sip. I'll let you know how it tastes. I'm not going to invite you around for tea though. It's all right, quite lemony. So what am I talking about? What are we talking about? Listen, as usual, if you want to come on and have a conversation, here is the link to join the chat, and all are welcome. It's kind of like a radio show. Like we can just talk. Yeah, it's like, what is this? Let's Talk is a little bit like a radio show, like a talk show, and a little bit of therapy for me, because it's like therapeutic, like honestly. And I look forward to these sessions so much because it's like my only extracurricular activity. And it's always great to connect with you guys, especially for you people that I can't see. Shout out to I don't want to offend anyone, but one of my favorite countries, Sierra Leone. How you doing, the African dream? Calabar Town. Where's Calabar Town? Is that in the south, east, north, or west? I don't think I went to Calabar Town when I was in Freetown. Where is it? But it sounds nice. Do you know what? In Freetown, yeah, Freetown has these amazing names of places. Like honestly, like Freetown is just an amazing name in itself. One. Where else did I go? Lumley. That sounds beautiful. Listen to that. Lumley. Is it Lumley? Help me out here. Am I making stuff up? Congo Cross. What else do I know from Freetown? That's all I know. That's all I remember. Calabar Town is in east of the capital. It's the hilly. Oh, okay. Is that where the radio station is? Is there a radio station up there? Is there a radio station? Or is that where all the diplomats are? All the expats? Because I went somewhere up there. That was a nice area. That was amazing views. Amazing views. Yeah. I miss Freetown. Someone send me a ticket. Someone send me a free ticket to Freetown. Honey with the tea is good. Zoe, it is so good. Zoe, I need to talk to you about something because I think you've prompted something in the atmosphere. Charismatic vibes. Hey, how you doing? What's your thoughts on the current dude? No, don't ask me to comment on this. If I were to comment on the current geopolitical state of the Middle East, what I would say isn't very PC, simply because someone's making money. Whenever there's war and battles and stuff, someone's profiting from it, and I don't really like that. And I don't really like talking about this kind of stuff, to be honest, especially with the week that I've had. Lord. But yeah, so someone's profiting from it, and that's a kind of that's a whole nother topic. And don't get me started on conspiracy theories, because you know me. If any of you got any conspiracy theories that you want to share, you want to talk about, please come on. I'm here for it. Back to Freetown. The east of Freetown is the most populated. The west is where the embassies and consulates and top offices are. Okay, cool. Definitely didn't go to the east then. Where's the Rail Museum? Because I didn't go to that either, and I wanted to go to the Rail Museum. Hopefully next time I can go to see the Rail Museum. I did something the other day, like, where do I find the time? But I went on Google Maps and I looked at the rail line from Freetown and where it connected to, and it's a lot. It covers a lot of areas. So yeah, missing Freetown definitely. Come around for tea. Do you know what? Why not? Everyone's welcome for tea. So what are we talking about today? Watching your mouth. Why are we talking about this? So a few weeks ago, someone said something to me. I didn't like what they said. And it's not the first time I heard it. And it was along the lines of, so we were talking about, I met someone on the train. This is like a few years ago on the train. And I was like, so where are you from? And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm from Nigeria. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm from a tiny island of the Caribbean called Nevis. And yeah, I think I met a Nigerian there some years ago. And he's like, yeah, Nigerians are like flies. They're everywhere. And I was like, mate, what are you talking about? I don't like that. Anyway, someone else said that a few weeks ago. And this time I stopped them. I was like, speak about I say my people because we're all my people in it. I was like, speak about my people nicely, man. You know, how about we say they're like water, because water's everywhere, and we all need a little bit of Niger love. We all need a bit of Niger in our life. But yeah, so what that got me thinking about the things that we say out loud, and quite often we're defined by the statements that come out of our mouth, right? So it got me thinking about that. What are some of the things that we say? Like sometimes we say like as a joke, oh, I'm this or I'm that, or we kind of diss ourselves as a joke, in a humorous way. And it's kind of like, it would be really good if we're a bit more attentive to what we say about ourselves to other people. You know what I'm saying? I hear you, flies. It does. It really does. It really does. And the things that Nigerians have done around the world, like I watched a video the other day talking about how Nigerians have impacted the world and how large the Yoruba kingdom is as well. And that was like really impressive. It's like, let's speak positively, right? The chat is popping. Listen, man, 8 views. Come on, we're rising out here. You did this. We're doing stuff. It's happening today. It's good. Geeta, hi. Long time no see. Where have you been? I've not seen you for a few lives. Missed you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back. What did you have today? What did you have today? Tea. I don't know. Tell me what you had today. Yes, we need to speak kind words to ourselves and others. Absolutely. Absolutely. Be positive. So, Mrs. Superman Mindset down there, I think he's changed that name, babe. We've got a little bit of an agreement that we will always be kind to each other. And that's like really important to us, being kind to each other. And the words that come out of our mouth need to be kind words. That's really, really important. Yeah. So question, what are some of the things that you are saying to yourself? What's some of the things that you're saying to yourself and some of the things you're saying about yourselves out loud that needs to change, that needs to stop? And if it's something negative, what's the positive thing that you can say to replace that with? Big question. Easy question, I think. Soul searching question, big question. You know, this tea is hitting. It's good. It's good. There's power in what we say, and be intentional in being aware of what we confess to ourselves and others in the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. 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 Bars. I'm going to go back to Freetown because obviously I missed the place. The Railway Museum is in Klein Town. Do you see what I'm saying about these names in Freetown? Klein Town. That sounds nice. Doesn't that sound like you want to go there? Klein Town used to be a settlement for the freed slaves. So much history as well. So much history in this land. Amazing. Geeta is back. Yes. Wonderful. Amen. had an issue with someone saying a description of someone of ethnic and how they didn't know how to describe someone. Oh, that's what you had today. Okay, interesting. I want to hear more about this. How did that turn out? Did it turn out good? Was it good? Was it a good ending to the story? Hey, do you know what? My songs here, these tunes, it's on autoplay, and they're nice tonight. I think I'm gonna save some of these. How do I like this one? Because this is a nice tune. It's good vibes. Ooh, okay. I do feel like with BAME, ethnic minorities are sort of grouped together, but we all have our own rich cultures and history. True, very true, very true. Ooh, very true, very true. That's a good point. What are some of the things? I used to think that it was only people of African descent who spoke a certain way about themselves. And when we start to meet different cultures, you hear people say all sorts of stuff, right? I'm not going to get into what people say, but about themselves. But it's kind of interesting how culturally different groups say things about themselves, like whether good or bad. It's really interesting. And you sometimes think that these attributes are just what your culture experiences or the views of your culture, but there's so many. I think the things with cultures, like there's so many cultures that are quite similar to one another, even though there's like a vast amount of difference. I see that a lot. We are this chat is popping for real today. We are intentional. You guys are making my evening. I'm not going to lie to you. You're making my day, actually. So much energy here. We're intentionally looking at language and confessing attitude that's helped with perspective and even feeling better physically, like lighter or peaceful. Looking at language and confessing gratitude. I like that you said the word confessing here a few times, Zoe. Why have you used the word confessing? That's interesting. I like that. I'm confessing. I like that. All right. So here's for the gossip now. Come on, Gita. Well, 2 people ended up crying as they didn't know what was right or wrong. That got a little bit deep. So what would you describe someone by skin color or ethnic? It's so hard. Just don't know what can be said or not. Oh, do you know what? I know what you mean. I think it's hard because we're all trying to be like PC. Someone said they felt like a minority and didn't want to feel like a minority. It's tea. Do you know what? I think like labels that we put on ourselves, and labels that we allow others to put on us causes so much friction, because someone says to you, or someone puts a label on you, and then you carry that around. Do you know? You carry that around. People often say to children, "Oh, you're shy," right? Like where does that come from? Like, of course they're shy. They don't know you. But then sometimes people say to children that they're shy, and then children remember this, and they grow up being this shy person when they're at home, or when they're a little bit more comfortable, like the shyness goes away. Or sometimes it stays with them because they think that they're supposed to be this shy person. Yeah, labels can be quite dangerous. Culturally, going to Africa changed my language and prejudice, maybe a bit of unconscious colorism, or being educated. So I went to Gambia a few years ago, and that was definitely life-changing for me in a number of ways. Maybe I can talk about that another time, but in a number of ways it was life-changing. yeah, my eyes were open to a lot of stuff, and it was really worth going. And I would recommend. Well, maybe not Gambia. There's loads of other countries you can go to as well that has so much rich history and culture that can really open up your eyes and your mind to other things as well. That's how we met, innit, Zoe? Well, we met before we went to Gambia, but we met. We got to know each other on the trip to Gambia. That was an amazing trip. 5 years ago. Can you believe it? Time flies. Confessing, a verbal admission or acknowledgement. I like that. I like that. I like that. So yeah. So what? Oh yeah, and Chris, man like Chris. So what are we going to say to ourselves to help ourselves to be better or to be the people that we want to be? What's some of the languages that we're going to say to ourselves? Positive words. Positive words are so important. So as I said, this is like completely unscripted, and I've run out of things to talk about because I think what I really just wanted to say was talk to yourself nicely, innit? Chris said, Gambia made me the great man I am today. Gambia did that. Wow. Wow. We are really selling Gambia today, isn't it? Go to Gambia. It's really nice. We had a really good trip. We stayed in a nice hotel and we saw some nice things. And the Gambia is called the Smiling Coast, right? And people are genuinely happy and welcoming there. It was really good. Gambia made me the great man I am today. I wouldn't say the same thing for me, but I think it definitely contributed. I like that. I like that. Do you guys get those? If you've got Google, I don't know if Apple phones do it, if iPhones do it, but do you get reminders of like my Android phone? It shows me memories that happened like a few years ago, and every now and again it's like this time 5 years ago this is what happened, or this time last month or whatever, or here's the memory that you should remember. Do you guys get that? I love seeing those. I think I don't spend enough time like looking at and remembering the memories though, and sometimes we have so much going on in our lives that in the present moment, if something's difficult, we're living in that moment, and it can be quite burdensome. But looking back on a great time, or a time when you had a great feeling, or when you felt good and it was a good experience, spending a bit of time thinking about how you felt and why you felt that way is quite a good thing to do. Quite a good exercise to do. Oh, you're a sweet talker, Chris. You're a sweet talker. Charismatic vibes. Guys, the tea's almost done. All right, while we're here, is there anything that you want to ask me? Nothing to do with politics, please. While we're on, before my tea finishes. Because I am quite tired. I'm trying to make the live shorter, actually. Maybe just 30 minutes. Like 30 minutes of bars and gems, 30 minutes of discussions. And then, end it and do another one. What I was going to try tonight, I wanted to do a different, what's it called? Like the portrait mode of the, I can't get my words out. I wanted to do the portrait mode of lives, like from my phone, to see what that was like. Because I noticed that YouTube, when I was scrolling through some shorts the other day, I noticed that YouTube had a few lives in there. I thought I should try this, see what it's like. So maybe I won't do that on a Wednesday. Maybe I'll do it randomly on another day. See how it is. But if I do it, I'll make sure that I send you all a message so you can be a part of the fun as well. So yeah, guys, winter is here. Winter is here, and every single winter, I complain about the cold as if like I didn't expect it to happen, Last week, from like Sunday, was freezing, and it wasn't that cold, to be honest. But well, for me, but it felt really cold because the day before was so warm. I was like, I was so confused. Hat, scarf, everything. Not thermals, not yet. Maybe next week the thermals might come out. Get the long johns out. But every year I complain about the cold, and I don't do anything about it, because what can you do about it apart from going somewhere else that's warmer? Anyone got any escapes planned? I don't blame you. English cold is different. You never get used to it. Is that a thing that you actually don't get used to it? I thought it was just me. Because you know what? So I went to Berlin February, or was it January, a few years ago, and it was freezing. I'm talking minus, right? Minus, like, for a few days. But it was nice. And it was sunny. And I think it's just where we are it's quite damp. I think that damp cold is that's not. Is that ever going to be enjoyable? Who likes being like cold and wet? That's not nice. It's true. PJ Sims, good to have you on board. Good to have you. I've seen you started posting shorts. Are you also considering long form content? Charismatic vibes. This is long form content. Or are you talking about the portrait? Is long form content the time that it is, or is it the shape, as in like portrait mode? I did do some shorts, and I used an AI thing that finds some bits and they cut it down to 30 seconds or 1 minute or something. But listen, like I keep saying, I respect people who do YouTube full time so much, because there's so much effort goes into it, especially if you do YouTube and you've got a job, or you do YouTube or you run a business and you do it by yourself. Maximum respect to you, because a lot goes into it. As you can see, the last 2 weeks I didn't even bother to do a thumbnail. Like, there's so much going on. Okay, yeah, I know I could have given it to my VA or something, but this is my thing, innit? But so much goes into it. Okay, so 10 minutes or longer is usually considered long form. So I don't know if I'm going to do standalone videos, long form videos. I'm enjoying doing the lives at the moment. I think 2 sessions ago, I spoke about why I'm doing this and how it's going and what I was hoping to achieve in terms of how I present in my speaking and all that kind of stuff. And it's been really helpful. You see that long pause just now? That pause that I just did just now, that wasn't an intentional pause, but I just made sure I didn't say like I'm some kind of pilot. I'm trying to cut out the ums and the arms. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to do any of those videos, because that first video that I did, if I haven't seen it, like if you haven't seen it, how to live your best life, that took a while. And I thought it was going to be a quick thing, and it took a little bit longer. And I think putting the videos together is a little bit. I'm not willing to put that much time together yet, so I don't think I'm going to be doing that kind of long form. But the lives, I'm enjoying doing it, especially when people are here and we're responding as well. Yeah. So yeah, but that's a good question. That's a good question. I think, ladies and gentlemen, the tea's done. Well, there's one more sip. So thank you for hanging out this evening. It's been real. It's been a blast. You've given me lots of energy. And it's now time for me to have dinner and then go to bed. So it's been good. I hope you have a good night's sleep. I hope if you're staying up a little bit later this evening, that whatever you're trying to accomplish by staying up late, it will come to fruition. And I hope and I pray that this time next week, we're all going to come around and we're going to say what an amazing last 7 days we had. Wishing you the best in everything that you do. And I hope to see you soon. Peace and love always. God bless.